Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. Another card off my 100 cards for $10,000 list that I was able to pick up prior to the Strongsville show, but I'm just getting around to doing a video for it now, is a card that has eluded me for some time. I just couldn't find the right copy. Not that it's a very expensive card by any means, but just couldn't find one well-centered without ink marks. There were just various issues that every time I came across one that wasn't a super high grade, just didn't suit my taste. But I finally found one, and it is the 10th card on my list of 100 cards for $10,000, the 1973 Topps Jim Palmer. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show it off. Here it is. 1973 Topps Jim Palmer. Picked this one up in a PSA 6. Finally found a copy that the overall centering was appealing to me. It's not perfect, but compared to the other cards that I've been seeing, this is the best I've seen in some time, especially for a PSA 6. Sometimes with these 73s, you get little fisheye marks around that black border, or sometimes behind the circle, behind the silhouette of the player there. This doesn't have any of that. Very similar to the Johnny Bench card that I recently picked up. Another issue with 73s is the centering of the back. And once I saw the centering on the back of this card, I knew I wanted it. Again, not perfect, but if you collect 73s, you know that this is darn near perfect. Very often they're off-center, left to right. Sometimes you barely even see some black along the right-hand side. But this one is, when I saw the back, I said, I've found my card. So just really like this example here, and it helps fill the gap in my 1970s portion of my Jim Palmer run. So I thought I would just quickly show the other cards from, now I have his rookie card. I didn't pull that one. So I'm missing his 67, 68, and 69. So the remainder of the 1960s cards. The only other card I'm missing up to 1980 is his 71. So here is his 1970. Like I said, I need to pick up his 71. That is also on my list of 100 cards for $10,000. There's his 72. His 74. Is 75. The infamous 76 that I recently picked up that I already have. Here's the PSA 8 copy. Is 77. $78. $79. And his 1980. Now, once I get the 3 cards from the 60s I'm missing and the 1971, of course, I need to pick up his the remainder Topps cards from the 1980s. I should have looked it up. I think he goes up to maybe 83, 84. I don't think he has an 85 Topps, but whatever it is, I need the cards heading into the 80s. But back to the card at hand, the 73 Topps Jim Palmer. As always, I'll go over the numbers here that I had on the list and so on. Again, in my intro, this is not a very expensive card, so I may have saved a few dollars, but nothing major here. Now, I had it on the list at a PSA 8. Again, I was trying to put cards on the list together that would total $10,000, so I had to maybe pick cards in certain grades to make everything add up. And I had put a PSA 8 on my list for a 73 Topps Jim Palmer that would cost me around 75 bucks. Obviously, I don't need a PSA 8 in this for this card, and I thought it'd be cost me $75. Well, in this PSA 6, it was an auction. I was the only bidder. I can't believe I was the only bidder. Now, it was for PSA 6, maybe on the higher side, but I only spent all in shipping and tax 25 bucks. And so that saved me from my list $50. Now, as PSA 6s go, there have been some that have sold as cheap as 10 bucks. Average price maybe around 18, so I paid up a little bit. High end 28, so I was closer to the high end in terms of what these currently go for. But again, if you collect 73s, while this may not be perfect, it is perfect for me with the centering, lack of ink marks. I'm just really happy with this card. So this is one where, again, we're not talking about a huge amount of money here. I was willing to pay toward the higher end of the current comps for this and still be well below what I thought I had on my 100 card list. So after 10 cards, 10 cards in, 10%, I thought I would have to spend $875, when in fact I have only spent $465. So I am $410 to the good so far. Again, there was no expectation that I was going to be spending the full $10,000 once I complete the list. So every little bit helps, even if it's $5 here, $10 there. So we'd love to know what you think about this copy of the 73 Topps Jim Palmer. And with that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.